Hey Galacticans, Dave here from Galactica.com. I'm very proud to welcome you to our very first state broadcast. We'll be releasing these in one format or another every single month to keep you fully up to date with what is going on internally as we continue to build out your ultimate identity stack. You'll get highlights from the community, partnership updates, technical progress, and our upcoming goals, as well as anything else we can provide you with as we follow our mantra of building in public. Let's get right to the heart of Galactica by kicking things off with a word from our CEO and founder, Mike Sarvodaya.
All right, welcome, Mike Sarvodaya, CEO and founder of Galactica Network. This is the very first state broadcast number 1. So thank you for joining us. First things first, Mike, hello, and what is Galactica's mission statement for 2024 for this month? We just want an updated mission statement for the community out there, for all Galacticans.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you for having me, Dave. So, I guess the most important thing is to build the ultimate identity stack. So that's the short way to put it. I guess the longer way to put it is that social capital needs to be represented in one way or the other on chain, and that there is a whole universe of use cases that this thing can open potentially. So it's almost, you can think about this as a great filter. If anybody has ever heard this term, it's a theory that says that there is something in the evolution of all the species in the universe. Something happens somewhere alongside the development that prevents them from achieving certain development stage. So something similar applies to the identity stacks. A lot of very smart people have put a lot of resources into building this stuff, but nobody has been able to make it actually functional in production at a wide enough scale. So basically, the mission statement of Galactica is to be able to solve this, to pretty much overcome the great filter of identity stack, and to be able to deliver a functional technology that will actually augment a lot of DeFi primitives and create a whole universe of other primitives of its own, we hope, or we shall hope, and at the same time do that in a manner that is true to the ethos of Web3, basically to have it private, to respect the sovereignty of an individual, while at the same time to enable the use of the private data on chain. A lot of difficult challenges to accomplish on its way, but I think we are among the closest ones to do that.
Absolutely, I think we are, and I think we are probably the best possible defense against like corrupt nations and artificial intelligence, all sorts of encroaching technologies and problems. I think a real identity stack that actually defends those rights is so important. No, I absolutely love your vision, man, really do. So what is the current state of play of Galactica? What is the current state of play as a new L1? What are we looking at here?
So yeah, pretty much the idea there is the following. So as I said, there are lots of challenges to overcome on the way to a functional identity stack. And currently we have the cryptographic core of the protocol, which is functional. We have, as you guys well know, the ZK KYC integration with Swissborg, which is a big deal, as obviously there are lots of regulations that Swissborg needs to follow, and lots of those regulations have to do with data privacy, and the whole idea that ZK KYC or on-chain functional ZK KYC works in production with a regulated financial institution, that's a big deal. So we're very proud of that. So now it's pretty much to build on top of this success. That's the goal. So anyway, the goals are threefold. So the first goal are the distribution venues. So it's very important that as many people as possible do create the Galactica cipher book, start uploading their data into the chain. So that's one very important thing. And for that, you obviously need the distribution venues, or like ways to reach the people. If it's just the web interface, that's probably not enough. So finding a distribution venues for people to upload their data. So the second thing is quite technical in nature. It's the idea of integrating the fully homomorphic encryption into the node itself. In order for private yet verifiable reputation to exist on-chain, you do need the FHE, because FHE solves the trilemma between scalability, privacy, and verifiability. So that's very cool. So by the way, if anybody is willing to read the identity stack papers, you might even understand why that works like this. Definitely, we can leave in the description below. So yeah, this FHE integration to the node is super important for us. That's the second very big thing which we're trying to solve. And pretty much the third one is the entire go-to-market idea of Galactica, right? So as you guys are well aware, the data is the asset that we treat as TVL on Galactica. So the most important thing for us is to have as much data as possible. And for that, obviously, it's important to create correct incentive programs. And that's definitely what Galactica is currently busy with. So you can expect the release of something super cool very soon that will make it clear to everyone how one's data can actually be monetized, can actually bring value. So that's one of the products we want to release prior to going to market. And that's also in the upcoming month, I guess. There will be lots of cool releases and updates on that. But all in all, yeah, so the go-to-market is the big thing, number 3. And basically like a overarching narrative that we want to also push forward is something with respect to citizenship sales or node sales, like as you want to treat it. So that's something we're going to announce it quite soon. I think we have something very nice. It will build up on the success of CT.com, a project that is building on Galactica with a superstar board. CT.com is in the end a primary market vehicle for bringing the node sales into the masses. And I guess Galactica will have a large role there, both as a tech provider, but also as one of the projects on this platform. So
absolutely beautiful, Mike. So we got FHE, which is so huge. I mean, that's literally like you can compute on encrypted data without decrypting it. Like that's nuts, while keeping all your stuff private. This is one of the key ways that you can like actually monetize your own data. Like if anyone's going to monetize your data, it should definitely be you guys. And then we've got this incredible new vehicle in CT.com as one of the products building on Galactica. That's absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to ask one more question of you. Where do you actually see Galactica with regard to its competition in the space?
So basically among the other competitors and things like this. So basically, guys, why Galactica is unique, and that's just something that, Galactica is a deceivingly simple idea that kind of enables so many ways to describe it, so many use cases that 3 years after we started, 3 years almost after we started this whole thing, I'm still struggling to explain it in the best possible manner. So basically, I'm gonna, that's yet another iteration of me understanding what Galactica is. And so let me share that with you real quick. So pretty much the idea is that it's like an identity virtual machine. So the thing is that tokens, they have enabled people to create these abstractions of financial capital in on the blockchain, right? So basically, the thing with financial capital is that it's transferable. Tokens are wonderful abstractions of transferable capital on chain, and because we can use those tokens using, for example, Ethereum virtual machine to build all kinds of logic. Turing complete logic on top of that. That's definitely one of the one of the ways how we could build DeFi and pretty much all these other things, right? On top of those, so on top of tokens being the abstractions of financial capital on chain, right? Easy. So now reputation is the same way. What token is to financial capital, reputation is to social capital. So pretty much reputation, the way we build it is that we enable people and other DApps and whoever is using Galactica to use social capital, which is distinctly different from financial, and that it is not transferable. That's the whole point of it. Like to use that capital in the applications, and that's what DSOC really is. So pretty much reputation to social capital is what tokens are to financial. So in the dApps and other things, and that's I think is maybe like the easiest way to understand it. Why so many identity protocols failed in the past.
They didn't have the full product, right? They just didn't have the full product. They didn't have the full stack.
They didn't have the utility component. Yes, you can make your identity, but you cannot use it. So, and FHE was one of the required things to enable the use of it. And that's why we are bringing utility to something that was otherwise available before, but didn't have the utility. So that's the, I guess, the best. So like all those use cases of monetizing the data, under collateralized lending, all of this stuff is only possible because we can actually have this toolbox to use the social capital, and this requires FHE and many other things, and that's why this has never really happened before. We are still working on on sharpening the serving of all those like lines of how it's best to explain what Galactica is. Now, in terms of broader financial market, yeah, guys, I mean, look, there is nothing much to say. Like, I guess, whoever wins, be that Harris, be that Trump, should be good for crypto. We really hope that the regulations will finally come into some kind of a shape or form that gives clarity to companies. Definitely they should cut the rates, and we hope that we're going to avoid the hard landing, and that's pretty much it. So the bull run, either Q4 if everything goes nice, maybe Q1 if everything goes and maybe like we have to wait another year if we have a catastrophic scenario. So that's pretty much it. So you guys should, and if you have a startup or something else like this and it's in crypto space, then you definitely have to expect the worst. And that's why like it would be nice if you guys have enough capital to cover at least 1-2 years of so-so market, right? So that would be the conservative scenario.
Perfect. Absolutely ideal. Thank you very much for your input, Mike. It's really good of you to provide your time for these new monthly state broadcasts. I think they're going to be highly valuable to the community. So yeah, absolutely wonderful of you for joining, give your input.
Well, thank you for having me, Dave. And really important that I also wanted to note that without the team, one of the best teams in the industry, I guess, and definitely the best team I have ever had the pleasure of working with. And without this support from community, all of this would not be possible. So thank you. And yeah, well, we'll try to surprise you in all the good ways as much as possible, I guess. That's the way.
Oh yes, the Galacticans truly are the best community in Web3. Without doubt, no one's even on par. Right, everyone, we are going to be heading straight over to the departmental segments. So we'll see you right there.
Now it's time for a little community update from me. Where do I start even? So engagement metrics, we are up across the board, even during these turbulent markets. We've got new faces participating in the community every single day, and I've loved interacting with every single one of you. We've got some new and updated community initiatives, so you might have actually joined us on some of our new town halls. They happen every Monday and Friday at 10 a.m. UTC. So the Monday, we provide a town hall on the Telegram. On the Friday, we provide a town hall on the Discord. So we've got both platforms covered. In addition, we've started live streaming our Into the Cypher State podcast, X-Space kind of hybrid show. So this is always at 8 p.m. UTC every Wednesday. So we've got new ways to interact with this now. So if you would like to interact with the X-Space, you jump on the X-Space, you can either listen or you can request to speak and jump up and speak with us and become part of the show. Otherwise, you can just watch us on YouTube on the live stream. You can interact with us via text. Your text responses will come into the stream. We can feature those chats, questions, opinions, and we can talk about them on the X-Space on the stream. You can also do that via the AMA questions channels in the Telegram or the Discord. Both of those sources will come into the live stream as well, so you can interact with us in just about any way you wish. It's been absolutely amazing being able to interact with you guys live, and I hope more of you come and do that during the streams. It's been absolutely incredible. We've got a few shout outs. Firstly, our Sentinels. Our Sentinels team, they're absolutely incredible. They help you out in every single circumstance. You see them in the Discord chat, you see them in the Telegram chat, you see them producing content, you see them posting on socials. They're everywhere and they are here to help. Ever have a problem, ask Sentinel first. They'll always escalate it to the team if they need to. But as you might already know, the Sentinels are Galactica's ambassadors and educators. Currently, they're testing the new cypherbook for us. So what will kind of become the primary interface for your ultimate identity on Galactica Network. Incredibly important work, and they've been helping us with that immensely. You might actually get a bit more of that later from Nick in the show. They've also been collaborating with us on creating a brand new onboarding experience and community campaign, basically the update for the Cypher State program. So the Sentinels are just intrinsically involved in everything that we do, and we are so glad to have them. In that regard, we've actually got a new Sentinel. I'd just love to welcome Jimpa to the team. She joins the likes of Chris B, of Villain, of April, Taro, Julian, everyone you already know and love, who are kind of like the strongest community in Web3 as far as I'm concerned. The Sentinels team is like family to us. I'd like to also do a couple of shout outs to the wider community who have been producing just amazing content for us. So we've got Anatat, who produced some incredible AI hybrid videos for us. You can find him on Anatat77. So you just check him out. Make sure you check out his content and like and follow him. We've got Flora HND, who's been educating everyone with their blog. Absolutely amazing. They've been producing articles. They've been doing Twitter posts and threads and all that kind of thing. Great stuff. You got Tutok, who's already doing like a really nice YouTube channel. You should check out his YouTube channel. He does various crypto things, but he's covered Galactica like, I don't know, like 8 times already. It's really, really nice, the support that Tutok's been giving us. Julian, Swissborg Mania, the man, the Frenchman, absolutely incredible. He's been serving the French community with aplomb ever since he joined us as a Sentinel at the beginning of the program, pretty much. He's been an early supporter. I'd also like to give a very special shout out to Villain from the Sentinel team, who hosted a regional AMA for us not long ago for the French community as well. Massively successful. He's just produced the video, and that video should be coming out either this week or next. So look forward to that, guys. In the French community, you'll be getting your AMA released on the Galactica YouTube channel. So we look forward to that. Finally, guys, the Gilding Galactica tournament. I found that to be an incredible success. I really do. It was our first community tournament. I believe it was just an immense success in community building, in bringing together like-minded people and forming communities that didn't exist before. So that's the main takeaway for me. We had the top 10, I believe, won $200 each, which was awesome for everyone who got into the top 10. We also gave away an SBT for each of these ranks, and the top 90 even got $50 each. So that was really nice to be able to give back to the community after that grueling tournament at some points. That was a good one. All right, now I'm just going to hand it over to Alex Kalin, our legendary Chief Growth Officer, for some growth updates. I'll see you soon.
Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here in this first edition of this new initiative at Galactica. Jumping straight into a bit of a growth update on what's happened this week. Of course, the big news is CT.com, the first really big project being built on Galactica. And what makes CT.com unique is that it will utilize Galactica's reputation functions. This is something that we're incredibly excited about because it's really going to showcase the value of reputation in a very direct way. So how will it work? Super simplified an overview. If you are, for example, influencer, KOL, or sort of micro KOL, what you will be able to do is to on-ramp your social graph, actually validating and proving the value creation that you can do for a project. And thereby you as a sort of KOL influencer can earn a dynamic FDV, right? So if a project, for example, is launching on CT.com and they have $100 million as an FDV, you as a great key opinion leader might be able to get in at that FDV at $80 million or even $70 million based on the value that you can prove through your social graph reputation. And similarly, for community members and investors, you're going to be able to essentially on-ramp your reputation and your social reputation. So say that you, as a community member, have been very active in Swissborg's Alpha or in other launch pads. You're going to be able to on-ramp that reputation, showing that you participated, maybe even sort of your average ticket size. You could also potentially add something like a social graph together with that, so that you can prove that you're still active in these communities' discords. You might still be following them on Twitter. You might still have created posts with their ticker or @ or hashtag that the project use, thereby showing that you as a community member and investor also add additional value, thereby earning potentially dynamic FTV or even sort of better terms like lower cliff investing. So this is a very tangible, concrete example of how reputation, when being brought into Web3 in this manner, really help to improve market efficiency, by aligning incentives with the real value creators. And this is something that we are extremely excited about. And sort of, yeah. Another big thing that has happened in the last couple of weeks is that we have done a partnership and an integration with ThirdWeb. And just to give a little bit of a background on this, what our first principles for the Galactica ecosystem is to make an ecosystem that has a very low entry barrier and a very high degree of ease of use. And then we can measure that by essentially the throughput and the speed between iterations of projects being built within the ecosystem. And step in that direction is this partnership with ThirdWeb. So, for example, if you are an art creator, like we have some great community members like Jimpa and Anat that are incredible art and videography creators. They create beautiful art and video. And what we want Galactica to enable, now I'm just highlighting them as an example. We have, of course, an incredible amount of fantastic community members that are all very skilled in different ways. But just to give a concrete example, what we want to enable is an ecosystem that allows anybody that has a passion to go from passion to business in shorter and shorter time span without having them to specialize on other areas than what they're truly passionate about. And to do that, you need solutions like ThirdWeb, which is not really a no-code solution, because with a no-code solution, you're only able to sort of replicate previous work. But with great development tools and helpers like ThirdWeb, you're able to allow people to go from idea to live product in a matter of minutes or hours. So, for example, if Jimpa and Anat wanted to create an NFT collection, and that NFT collection could have a token, or it could be accessible through a unique marketplace, only accessible for people that hold XSBT, then this is something that they're gradually going to be able to start creating using ThirdWeb. Just how easy it is to, for example, create a token contract or to create an NFT collection, create the smart contract for that, put that smart contract live, and then start airdropping or minting the token or NFTs and distributing them. And this is just the beginning. So this might have taken somebody, if they knew Solidity and Rust, a week. Using existing tools available, it might have taken 3 or 4 days. And now we're trying to get that down to go from idea to product in a matter of minutes, maybe even within an hour. And then to just end off on some cool growth metrics. So we have, at the time of this recording, passed over 225,000 wallets on the DevNet, which is an incredible accomplishment. It's fantastic to see that so many are interested in what we're building. We've also passed 115,000 users on the Mini app, which is also an incredible achievement. So big thank you to everybody that is participating in the Galactica community. Big thank you to the team members for making all of this happen. We very much look forward to the next episode of this town hall. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much from the growth at Galactica.
Galacticans, hi. I'm Nick from Galactica's product department, and I'm excited to share some progress we've made. I'd like to start with the Swissbook integration that lets you seamlessly import your KYC data into Galactica using ZK certificates. The development is finished, and we tested it internally. We hope to go live soon once we adapt and release components on Swissbook infrastructure to comply with privacy and security issues. Speaking of ZK certificates, we overhauled the ecosystem and developed a Merkle-proof indexer. It ensures that ZK certificates are issued within seconds. So if you issued your KYC in July, you might have noticed it was faster than before. We also redesigned the smart contracts and implemented queues to issue certificates. that allows multiple users to generate certificates at the same time. This means that you will no longer face failed transactions due to concurrency issues. To support those changes, we updated the MetaMask snap, and we also implemented chain ID parameter there. This allows seamless switching between Andromeda and Reticulum without the need to install MetaMask Flask like it was before. We also shipped updated Galactica app cipherbook for internal testing. I know some Sentinels have already tested it, and they provided valuable feedback, which we have already considered. Besides, former functionalities like ZK KYCs and SBT's cipherbook now features a straightforward onboarding system. So you go to cipherbook, you complete Galactica-related quests. The service verifies completion and instantly contributes to your soul score. Currently, only onboarding is available, but more exciting quests are coming soon. Finally, we released the Reputation Builder Telegram mini app. Over 100,000 users have been farming reputation points since, and half of them are actively engaged in our Telegram community, which is kind of cool. Looking ahead, we have exciting plans for Cipherbook. We plan to integrate data guardians who can issue ZK certificates with data from your Twitter account, and those certificates will be displayed in your Cipherbook. Then we will add SBTs as rewards for onboarding completion, and we will display NFTs alongside SBTs in Galactica. Speaking of chain, we are preparing to test our proposal mechanism and update validators nodes through a proposal on chain. And we're already working on a bridge to bring assets from other chains to Galactica. Together with that, we plan to start developing the GNet staking interface, so you'll be able to stake right from your Cipherbook. This is it for today. Thank you for your continued support and feedback. We look forward to sharing more updates with you soon.